Hey, welcome. For a little coffee. How ya feeling? Welcome to the show again. Episode 2 hands. Episode 6. Here we got. This is my favorite cover. Shirley and Company. Shirley from New Orleans, where it all comes from. Both produced by Sylvia. Sylvia and Shirley, they both go back to the 50s. Sylvia, the one and only, rest in peace. They both started in their teens back in the 50s. Came back in 75 with this album with the greatest cover. You gotta give them credit for doing it independent too. People always give credits to the punks and stuff for doing independent labels, but here they are in 75. Sylvia, of course, would go on to make Sugar Hill Records. She goes back to Sylvia, Mickey and Sylvia in the 50s. And of course, the independent label goes back to the 40s and 50s. Coffee. For independent labels. When the white folks didn't know what to deliver, they went independent. That's the story, man. That's the story. I like this instrumental version of Shame, Shame, Shame. It has a little more light than the ones that came before. I really like the instrumental version because it's got that sax. That sax that goes back to the first half of the 20th century. Down in New Orleans, it goes to Memphis and Orange, down to East Coast, and then those CD bars in LA. Those little dinky studios of the independent labels of the 50s. A lot of those labels are forgotten because the white independent labels like Chas, Sun, Atlantic, they get all the credit. They're the ones that made it. But this instrumental version with that voice coming in, that sax coming in, you just hear that whole first 50 years of American music. You also hear the future. Disco is like, you know, after the white folks took over it, disco then, you know, they saw it brought out the people and brought out the money in their pockets, cash money. Then it changed into something else. In the beginning, it was just some good time music for trying time. Dancing music for down and out black folks. That's all it was. The sax you can hear, like, you can hear that LA back in the 40s, early 50s. Yeah, big black guy and some city bar sitting back, sliding along the bar. With his saxophone, glow in the dark saxophone. The truth, his saxophone up there, shining like a beacon. Man, that's where it all comes from, man. Before we go to the show, you gotta realize where music came from. Lots of places, right? Music came from lots of places. But it came together in New Orleans. Civil War. People dropped their instruments. There's a bunch of freed slaves. They picked them up. What kind of job are they going to get? There's for those Creoles. They were in the house playing piano, playing porn. One of those Creoles got on a bus in New Orleans, back of the bus. He said, "What do you mean back of the bus? I'm Creole." Back of the bus. Get you mugs. I'll go out. Brought their instruments out. Outside the house, then you had all kinds of things coming together. You had the gospel song, Mississippi right there. You had the island, whole different thing going. Percussion. Back on the mainland, you had to keep that Bo Diddley beat alive with your feet. Those drums, they scared the white folks. New Orleans, you had that ragtime. People always talk about like rock and rolls. White folks started listening to that black music, scaring all the parents. Same thing happened back 50 years earlier with ragtime. Exact same thing. Ragtime, if you know what that is, explains the South. It's ragtime. Belly roll horn. Playing his jazz. Peeking through the peephole. The jelly roll. Lots of things. Orleans. It could be a herb, it could be a girl thing, boys thing, all that's one thing. Do the people get the rhythms of the Jasmine girls doing their thing, and you play the piano. Then you have the native flavors, spices to the stew, to the gumbo. Everything came together in New Orleans. From there it went to Memphis, branched out to LA, New York, Chicago, Detroit, Kansas City, St. Louis. And it all goes back to New Orleans. Green and J. Hawkins in Ohio, shock rock back in the 50s. Stuff that Alice Cooper took from, and everybody else took from Alice Cooper. Where did Screaming Jay get it from? Came straight out of the New Orleans voodoo magic. The call and response, conversation, jazz, rap, rock, whatever. We all see that in New Orleans. Solo, like, man, I gotta blow a solo. You listen to Louis Armstrong, you know, doing St. James Infirmary, blowing that sax solo. This woman's dead on a slab. That's the same thing you hear like 100 years later, Rock Bottom, with a hard rock outfit, UFO. It's the same thing. Then you see stepping out with those rockers. It all started there. The basic beat before that, tripping and tied up like a knot that we saw. You see punk, and that's just R&B. That just goes back to New Orleans. Everything just goes back to New Orleans. That's what I'm talking about. Hillbilly, if you want to know where Hillbilly came, you can watch it, and just go watch some NPR show. They'll tell you about the Hillbilly. And then the Hillbilly came in Memphis. They mixed a little bit of hillbilly with the R&B, and they called it rock and roll. It really has happened since then. See it here? Sylvia, rest her peace. She'd go on to start Sugar Hill Records, and it all goes back to New Orleans. So, what we should do now is go to the show. You can go down to New Orleans, or you can just invite New Orleans to your town. And you see what I'm talking about. Three, two, one.
I need one big finger from you. From the top of your lungs, make some noise!
Three, two, one.